Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Lisa Solomon and I'm a family and emergency physician. Right now we're experiencing a pandemic with COVID-19. Many of my family physician friends and other colleagues who work in offices are very stressed about donning and doffing and what they should be doing in their offices. So I decided to give a demonstration so that everyone can watch. The first thing I want to let you know is how you should be going to work. You need to take off all your jewelry, so no rings, watches, or earrings. Make sure you keep your nails short and don't wear any nail polish. Secondly, when you're donning and doffing, for women or any men with long hair, you need to tie your hair up back, either in a ponytail or a bun. I also then take a band so that I don't have any hair hanging out. Some people use bobby pins, so I would put on my bandana. This is just like a workout bandana that I usually wear, just to make sure that I don't have any wisps of hairs hanging out. Then I wear a surgical cap that I wash, but you can use a disposable one as well. So just put it over your head and just make sure that all your hair is covered. For many people, you could use like I said, a removable OR cap as well. So before you get started, make sure that all your equipment is ready. So I will demonstrate what I have ready here. First, you got your box of gloves. Then the yellow disposable gown. And the mask, you could choose from a variety of masks. Through this thing, I never knew before that there were different levels of masks. I had no idea a mask was a mask to me. Apparently, there are masks with shields built in like this. And you put the loops behind your ears. There are also masks without the shields that look like this. These come in a box. If you have anything that looks like a box like this, that came from your SARS box, it's completely acceptable to be using in an outpatient setting. And any boxes like this as well. There are 3 levels of masks, levels 1, 2, and 3. I had no idea that this existed before, but I'm learning pretty quickly. I would try, if at all possible, to use a level 2 or 3 when you're in your office. Level 1s should be used for your patients when they come in, if you have those. Many dentists will have a level 1. Level 1 is the thinnest mask, and it's the least protective. Level 3 is the most protective. In an outpatient setting, I would recommend as physicians to use level 2 or 3. Whatever you have, both are completely acceptable. And even in the emergency room, when we're seeing patients who aren't in aerosolized procedures, those are the ones we're using. Finally, if you're going to use a regular procedural mask, you need some kind of shield over top. These we're trying to figure out if they can be reused or not. So what I would recommend is when you're done with it, to put it in a plastic bag, tie it up, and as more evidence comes up, we'll see if they can be reused. We are also, many of us are also purchasing our own face shields that can be reused. So permanent face shields, 3M makes them, and I know Bauer's been making them as well. So the other thing you should be prepared with are either glasses or goggles. And of course, whatever hand hygiene you're going to use, either hand sanitizer or soap and water. For these purposes, I'm at home, so I'm just going to use a portable bottle of hand sanitizer, but in your office, many of you will have already hand sanitizers on the wall, and obviously you'll have a sink and soap in every clinic. So I'm going to begin showing you how I don and doff. First, we're going to start with the donning process. The beginning, you should probably coach one another so that you're watching and making sure that you're doing it properly. So I take my yellow gown and I'm gonna put it on myself. It's probably a good idea to try to wear short sleeves in your office as well, if you can. I'm just wearing a sweatshirt today. Make sure you tie the back. So here's the strings. I'll turn it around. We're gonna tie the back. And you could get someone to tie it up for you, but if they're gonna tie it up for you, they should be in a mask because you don't wanna get too close to people. So probably easier for you just to do it yourselves. And then there's a strap that goes around and you're gonna tie it at your waist. Next, you're going to put on your surgical mask, okay? Put it over your mouth, pinch the nose, loop behind your ears, and just pinch the nose and just make sure your face is covered. The other thing I wanted to show you with the gowns, a trick we've decided to do in the emergency because we found that our wrists were being exposed, is we poke our thumbs through the yellow gown. Okay? Now you'll see when I put on my gloves, my wrists are covered. But I'm going to take off my gloves so I show you how to put on the shield because that's last. So the shield, I'm going to put on like this over top of everything. And now I put on my gloves as the last. Wash your hands. You all know it's a 20-second wash. I don't need to demonstrate for 20 seconds here. So every time I tell you to wash your hands, you're going to be doing it 20 seconds and really wash your hands before you get all dressed. Don't forget, fronts of your hands, back of your hands, in between your fingers. But I know you guys have seen many videos like that. So back to the gloves. So I asked my safety officer, clinic person, or in this case my son Benji, do I look like I'm all prepared? Am I missing anything? Is everything covered up? All right, he gave me the thumbs up, so I'm ready to go into the room. So now we're going to talk about doffing, how we remove our PPE without contaminating ourselves. So allow your patient to leave the room. The first thing you're going to do is remove your gloves. The way we're going to remove them is an inside-out process. Okay, so you want to make sure that you roll them in and you don't touch your hands and you get them into the garbage without touching the outside. I got my hand sanitizer here. You know how you'll wash your hands. I'm going to take my thumbs out so my hands get clean and I'm going to wash my hands. Again, like I said to you before, you guys know how to wash your hands. I don't need to demonstrate the 20-second proper hand washing. I'm sure you could all look at Dr. Gandhi's hand washing challenge and many people have demonstrated it properly. So for the essence of time here, every time I say hand wash, you know what I mean. So your hands are clean. Next thing you're going to remove is your gown. The way you do it is as such. You break the tie here. You then lean over your garbage can. I just have a small garbage can because I'm at home. But you're going to try to roll it from inside. You're rolling it like this, and you break the waistband. And continue rolling it over the garbage can. The yellow gowns should not be reused once you take it off. I will give you recommendations about wearing them between patients because you can leave it on between patients. Once my gown is gone, every step you must wash your hands. So again, my hand sanitizer or soap and water. You don't want to contaminate yourself between each step. This is why every time you touch a different piece of your PPE, you want to wash your hands. Like I said, I would recommend keeping your shield in the event that you run out. For me, between patients, I would stay like this. So I would not be removing any of this unless I had to have lunch or go to the washroom. In fact, I wouldn't take off my yellow gown either unless I had to go to the washroom or eat lunch. I would only work within my clinic rooms and not go to the non-clinical spaces like that. But right now I'm just demonstrating. So my shield, I'm going to lean forward. This is where you can sometimes actually contaminate things, or your cap falls off, especially for women who have buns or ponytails. And I've had that problem many times. So carefully, there's no rush here. We're doffing, we're in no rush, we've got all the time in the world. So try to stretch it out, take it over carefully. And then I've got my garbage bag. Usually I have a helper and a merge. And then I'm going to put it in here, tie it up. And then you could store it in your garage or somewhere in the event that you need to reuse it. And again, between each piece, we're gonna wash our hands. And you know how to wash your hands. Finally, you're gonna take off the mask. I recommend going outside of the clinic room, and there should be a garbage outside that, but you could do it within your clinic room too. So you remember, don't wear your earrings. I've got caught up with my mask on my earrings, so I don't wear earrings anymore. See how the loops are? Take it off, lean over the garbage. Take it off. Again, wash your hands. Finally, take off your goggles and wash your hands. At some point, you'll take off your head covering, but that you'll leave on, and then wash your hands. I hope that helps everyone who wanted to know about doffing. If you need to reach me, you can reach me on Twitter at LisaEsther6 or via Facebook, Lisa Esther, and all my friends know emails, text, whatever. I'm happy to help. Thank you very much and have a great day.